really
So,
extended.
so I guess my question, because we saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of, hey, I'm going to look for XYZ company that is just blowing up out of nowhere, and I'm going to look to try to short it on the way back down. So I guess my question's twofold. When do you try to guess, okay, this is a real move versus, a company that maybe has done
Mm,
something amazing and it's going to run for multiple days, or something like an MULN that has this history of, rocket up and then tank. How do you sort those out with those scans? Which again, I'm going to get you to share your
yeah, I will
scans when you're
share.
done.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, so I'm scanning the stocks, of course, like
Yeah,
most of the people. On the side, I have a lot of data from the previous year, so I know that stock from the previous years.
yeah.
Also, I'm using the other tools like digging into the filings, and I'm in a great community, and there is a lot of really good traders there. So we are sharing our findings and trying to see if these stocks is actually have, if there is dilution, if there is a more space to go up, is there inside buyer. So a lot of stuff can be, if is it in the hot sector, is it you know
Now, when it comes time to pull the trigger, so you
mm,
you have a stock, let's just hypothetical, rocketing into nowhere. You've done your research, you've read the filings, you're not impressed, right? Insiders are selling, they're not buying. You think there's probably more dilution coming because we see it all the time. These things pop into nowhere, and then all of a sudden the company uses the opportunity to sell a bunch of shares into the public, and then it goes back down.
yeah.
What is the thing that you're looking for as that turning point? Are you averaging in as it's going up, or are you
So
waiting
yeah,
for
yeah,
some sort of turn?
it depends, but yes, yeah, of course, watching the price action, watching the tape chart. I mean, everything combined together, and then averaging the price. So I'm starting small, and I'm trying to recycle the shares. During the competition, we didn't have that. We couldn't recycle the shares, but in real time, how I trade, I'm doing that. I'm recycling a lot, so and then I can make a rebates out of that.
Yeah.
So to do that, you cannot go, big. I need to adapt. Or again, when competition was, I needed to adapt. So it was a bit different, but I tried. I tried to size up a little bit bigger than usually I will do with my real account.
Okay. So no, I like that because a lot of people that we saw getting blown out on those, they didn't do an averaging
Of course,
kind
they
of
go
way that
all
you're
in. Yeah,
talking about, right?
yeah.
They go all in, they
Uh,
they they short, maybe it halts, it gaps up a bit, and
of
then
course.
they're blown up.
Yeah.
So it makes
Also,
sense if you're going to try to time that move. So is it kind of I'm going to average in a little bit on the way up, and then
so
when it confirms the down
yeah,
move, I'll punch it?
yeah.
Is that
Also, yeah, it depends on the stock float. If it's the really small float, I will not go aggressively because it can squeeze. I mean, with the demo, it cannot squeeze you, but I'm guessing the other people are trading with the real money. So when it's a small float, it can squeeze really hard and big. So I would wait, for a second move or third move in that case. If it's a, let's say, so in my language, we have like what is the nano float, mid float,
yeah,
So
yeah,
if it's in the range that I'm calling the mid float, I will start averaging. If it's the really high float, I will not trade with that, like Facebook, Twitter, those blue
yeah.
chip stocks. I'm not trading with them because the price action is really different, and
Well,
you cannot.
and that's one thing we do a lot of. If you look at a lot of trade ideas, it's looking for these things that are moving crazy.
Yeah.
Because you're right, a Facebook or even the SPY or Nvidia. There's a lot of algos in it, right? The algos
Exactly.
dare not play
Yeah,
in MULN
of
because
course.
they're gonna get rolled. But there's a lot of algos that are messing with price in and out on those bigger cap names. And then also the amount of return isn't going to be as much.
Yeah,
You buy
exactly.
a Facebook, you're going to try to scalp, 25 cents or something out
Yeah,
of
of
it.
course.
Right? You shorten MULN, if you nail it, you're looking for a couple bucks at
Yeah,
least, right?
at least,
Uh,
yeah.